It was a Wednesday hot and dusty afternoon. Ifeanyi was packing his goods up. Just then, a stranger walked up to him and said, "Young man, please, what is the time?" Ifeanyi looked at his wristwatch. "It is 3 o'clock, sir." The man smiled faintly and walked away. But 10 minutes later, he came back again. "Sorry, young man, I forgot. What time is it again?" Ifeanyi looked at his wristwatch again. "It is 10 minutes after 3, sir." The man stared at Ifeanyi and walked slowly away. Then the third time, he came back again. "Young man, what is it by the time?" This time, Ifeanyi now felt irritated and glanced again. "It is few minutes past 3, sir." "Mr. Man, don't come back again. Why don't you buy yourself a wristwatch?" The stranger didn't say anything. He just nodded and whispered, "It is done." And he walked away and disappeared into the crowd. Ifeanyi didn't think much about it. That night, Ifeanyi sat at home eating dinner. He told his sister Chika about the weird man. Some people just like to disturb someone. Oh. A man came today and was asking for the time. Anyways, there's nothing to eat. He was just disturbing me. Maybe he has spiritual problem. Chika laughed. You know these people, they always have drama. That night, Ifeanyi woke up abruptly at exactly 3 o'clock a.m. His stomach twisted in pain. He stood up, walked around the room, drank water, and lay back down. As he tried to sleep again, something strange happened. His eyes were open, but his body was frozen. His mind screamed, but his mouth could not move. His heart raced. His chest was heavy. He saw a black shadow near the ceiling fan. It just stared at him. Suddenly, the pressure stopped. He gasped for breath and sat up quickly. "God, please, what was that?" He didn't sleep again. Around 5:45 a.m., his eyes finally closed. He slipped into sleep, but not rest. He opened his eyes, and he was no longer in the sitting room. He was standing in a completely different place. There were no stars, no floor, no ceiling, only whispered, "He showed us the time. His time is open now. Let us in." Ifeanyi ran, but his legs moved like he was walking through wet cement. He looked down and saw his body, still asleep on the couch. He was outside of himself. The darkness started getting hot. His soul felt like it was shrinking. He screamed, "I want to go back." The darkness laughed. At exactly 6:45 a.m., Ifeanyi's eyes snapped open. He was sweating heavily, gasping like someone who just escaped fire. He felt a burning inside his chest, not like normal fever, like his very soul was overheating. He called his mother. "Mama, Mama, I think something is wrong with me." He explained everything. The man in the market, the stomach pain, the shadow, and the dream. Mama's face changed. "We must go and see Dibia. Oh. Sometimes it takes only 1 second, 1 glance, 1 word to open a door that was meant to stay shut." He showed us the time. Now his time is no longer his own. The sun had not fully risen. The sky was still grey when Mama and Ifeanyi arrived at Dibia's hut, deep inside the bush paths behind Umocha's stream. Dibia Nze was old. His face was full of tribal marks. His eyes red from palm wine or from visions no one ever knew. He looked at Ifeanyi and didn't greet him. The boy had already crossed the border between day and night. He said, "Mama knelt. Biko Dibia, help us. My son has not been himself." Dibia asked Ifeanyi to sit before a clay pot filled with water. He dropped 3 cowries into the pot. They didn't float. They sank and the water turned black. "What you touched was not a man," the Dibia finally said. "He is a soul collector. His real name is Uche Obi, and he was buried without peace. His spirit cannot stay in the land of the dead, so he roams, borrowing time from the living. Ifeanyi's heart dropped. So what does he want from me? Dibia looked him in the eyes. He wants to live again, and now you've become his doorway. Mamugo begged the Dibia. Is there no way to break it? There is, the Dibia said, but it comes with danger. He gave Ifeanyi a warning. Tonight, you must sleep alone. No lights, no sound, no prayer. This spirit has already seen your fear. Now it must see your courage. When he comes, do not run. Do not speak. Do not blink. Let him speak. If you survive, you will be free. But if you don't, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Ifeanyi sat in a dark room. Heart was pounding. The walls creaked. Wind pushed against the windows. Around 3:00 a.m., the air went cold and heavy. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't breathe well at all. Then he saw him, the man from the market, but now with dark eyes. And the man said, "You showed me the time. Now show me the way. I only need to borrow your name just for a short while." Ifeanyi wanted to scream, but he remembered the Dibia's words. He said nothing. And the body said, "Just say yes. Say your name out loud, and I will leave your body before morning." But Ifeanyi still did not speak, and he did not show any sign of fear, even though he was very afraid. Suddenly, the shadow screamed and vanished. When dawn broke, Ifeanyi was found lying on the floor unconscious. On his chest was a black burnt handprint, like something tried to pull his spirit out. Dibia arrived shortly after and shook his head. "You were strong, but the spirit is not finished with you. There are 3 gates it must pass through: your name, your blood, and breath. You have protected the first, your name. Now you must guide your blood." Later that day, Ifeanyi noticed a cut on his arm, small like a scratch from a razor blade. He didn't remember injuring himself. That night, he woke up to find his window open, and on the floor was the exact same clock from the market, stuck at 3:00 a.m. Some spirits don't need your permission. They only need your weakness. The time has been shown. The gate is now half open. The next day, Dibia arrived and prepared a special bath made from bitter leaf, charcoal, and palm oil, and gave it to Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi was told to bath in silence before sunrise for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Ifeanyi slept again, but this time, instead of darkness, he found himself standing at a gate of light. He heard a voice say, "Your time is not his. Your soul has been reclaimed." When he woke up, the house was peaceful. Even the air smelled cleaner. A week later, Ifeanyi returned to the market. He didn't see the man again, but he noticed something strange. Every day, at exactly 3:00 p.m., a dog near his store would bark and run around in cycles. He told the Dibia, and the Dibia said he might still be searching for another person that will respond to the time, but he cannot reach you again. Anybody that responds to his question on what is the time will be the next victim. And Ifeanyi told the Dibia, maybe I should announce to everybody in the village and in the markets not to respond to any stranger's question on what the time is. And Dibia said, Ifeanyi, you can't do that. It is not in your place to inform the villagers about the stranger. Just make sure that you don't respond to any stranger asking you for the time. And Ifeanyi sincerely hoped that another innocent soul won't fall victim to this spirit's question. And that is how the story ended. To you, my darling viewers, not everyone who asks for your time is late. Some are trapped. When your spirit is restless, listen before it fades. Our world is not the only one. Protect your soul. If you ever experience sleep paralysis or strange dreams that repeats, don't ignore them. Speak to someone, your pastor, imam, traditional elder, or a counselor. Keep your spirit strong through prayers, clean living, and community. Sometimes, the spiritual world uses symbols like time, mirrors, or dreams to pass messages. Never share your time, name, or shadow with strangers acting strangely. Be careful. The world is deeper than we think. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you learned a lesson. My name is Onyi of Onyi Stories and Folktales, and please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, so when I post more interesting and life lesson-filled stories like this, you'll be the first to get them. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for always coming back. You know you are the real MVP, right? And seriously, I do not take your support for granted. And please trust me when I say I have loads and loads of interesting stories on my channel that you would love. So please relax, take a popcorn, sit on my channel and watch each and every one of my stories. Trust me, you won't just be entertained and you won't just find them interesting. You will definitely learn a lesson from it. And again, take care of yourself till I see you in my next video. Bye.